Hi, I'm Jay Monte with TruFan Boxing. I'm joined by my colleague Sean Sullivan. Sean, we were at the fights on Saturday night, November the 6th. You were in Vegas, I was in Newark, and I saw a pretty good fight in Zab Judah defeating Juanma-Martinez by 1 point. And the cases could be said that Matisse won the fight, and certainly he looked like he won the fight, especially facially. He didn't have a mark on him while Judah was beat up, knocked down, but he built up enough points to win a decision. And I could see it going that way because he did build a lead early on, but he, like Judah, faded in the late rounds, especially against a puncher like Matisse. What I was impressed with was with the earlier fight with Guerrero. He was just too strong for Vicente Escobedo, winning the 12-round decision. I'm a little surprised he didn't knock him out, but Escobedo had a lot of savvy with him. As far as Vegas, what happened?
Well, we had two great fights. We had the main event in the featherweight division, Manuel Lopez against Rafael Marquez. It was a great war. It was a war. It was back and forth action. Both guys getting hurt. Ultimately, with Lopez winning a technical knockout when Rafael Marquez couldn't come out of the corner for round 9, citing a shoulder injury. It was, I wouldn't say it was fight of the year, but certainly a candidate and one of the best fights of the year, no doubt about it. And it adds to the lengthy Puerto Rican Mexican rivalry. And the undercard, another impressive showing by the aging 41-year-old Glen Johnson, who has proven once again that age doesn't really matter, like George Foreman did back in the day when he knocked out Alan Green in the 8th round. The right hand was there for him all night long, and ultimately in the 8th round, Johnson knocked out Green with a 4-punch combination, culminating with 2 right hands. One of them, however, landed to the back of the head, which is reason enough for Team Green to file a protest with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, citing that referee Robert Byrd should have given Green time to recover and let the fight continue. However, we'll see where that goes. I
just want to ask you on that. When a fighter presents the back of his head, which Green likely did, sometimes you present it. It's not someone goes behind your head to hit you. They present it, like they turn away. And the rule of boxing is to protect yourself at all times. Do you think Alan Green has a point?
Well, you're right. You're right. Protect yourself at all times. And in fact, all night, Green was leaning down. What's Johnson going to do? Not hit him? He's just in the middle of throwing a punch, and as soon as Green, ducks down, the punch is going to land where it's going to land.
Right. Just a question on the main event. I wanted to ask you, Marquez, did he show any signs that his shoulder was ailing him before the stoppage, or was it a surprise?
I didn't notice it at all. In fact, that's an interesting point because during the pre-fight promotion, well, this fight was supposed to be September 18th, Mexican Independence Weekend, and Marquez got injured. What everyone thought it was that caused the postponement was Marquez injuring his thumb in his car door. However, at the post-fight press conference, his promoter, Gary Shaw, says it was the shoulder injury all along that caused his postponement. So it was he just sort of re-injured, re-aggravated the injury in the fight. Although I didn't notice it until the fight was over.
Did he show signs of age?
Somewhat, right. But he's 35 years old, and he was coming up in weight against a phenom in Lopez at this moment, and the featherweight division is loaded right now. Well,
Lopez is on the top of it. Can anyone have a good chance to beat him?
Yes, Top Rank promotes Lopez, and they also promote Yuriorkis Gamboa, the Cuban. That's going to be an amazing fight.
Yeah.
But you also have the other titleist, Chris John, who has been injured so many times. Who knows whenever he's going to come back?
And he's the best boxer of all of them. Boxing doesn't mean he could stay in with the Gamboa or anything like that.
Yeah, but I'd say the most dangerous fighter in that division has got to be Celestino Caballero.
Okay, that's another one.
He's a guy that's been avoided, and he's coming back later in November, so we'll see where he's at.
Sean, let's look ahead now. We have fights this weekend coming up in Atlantic City. Sergio Martinez, Paul Williams 2, HBO. What's your take? The first fight was the fight of the year?
One of the candidates for fight of the year, 2009. It was actually, it was supposed to have been Paul Williams against Kelly Pavlik, which would have been a great fight in itself. Pavlik pulled out because of injury. Martinez was a late replacement. There wasn't really much fanfare behind this fight. It was in the upstairs ballroom at the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, about 5,000 people. So no one really knew what to expect.
Second go around, a catch weight of 158 pounds. What do you think the outcome will be? Or is it a flip a coin?
It might be just flip a coin, but I would give the slight edge to Martinez, who they've each had one fight in between their last fight. Paul Williams got the technical decision in 4 rounds against Kermit Cintron when he fell out of the ring and couldn't continue, and he didn't really look so good in those 4 rounds. Williams did, but Martinez fought the fight of his life when he won the middleweight championship against Kelly Pavlik, and the thing with Paul Williams, he doesn't really always use his advantages well to his strengths to his advantages. He's got the height, he's got the reach, he's got a great jab.
But he wants to brawl.
He gets inside too much.
But Sean, that's what makes him exciting. Let's let him stay that way.
Well, no one should miss this fight. Seriously, it's going to be another fight of the year candidate. I'm glad it's happening. It's too bad we couldn't get the Pavlik-Williams fight, but Pavlik is injured yet again, which is why he didn't fight in Dallas. But this is a great fight. Don't miss this. Could be another fight of the year. I'm
leaning toward Martinez, but if Williams comes in with the right game plan and changes up just a little bit, he could throw everything off kilter. So, like I said, I'm leaning toward Martinez, but I think it's going to be a close fight and another war.
I agree.
A little interesting note, on the undercard is a fighter from Hungary, and I hope I pronounced the name right. It's Zsolt Erdei?
Yeah, it's about right.
Do you know anybody? Can you elaborate on this fighter?
Well, he's a former light heavyweight champion, a former cruiserweight champion, and he's being promoted by DeBella Entertainment, and basically what they just want to build a presence for him in the United States, and have him come in against American fighters and build him up so that he could fight the top guys in the U.S. And it's actually, it'll be his 3rd fight in the States, but his 1st fight since 2002. But either way, he's obviously not a mainstream fighter in the States yet, but
he's 31-0, and
31-0.
31-0. All right, Sean. So the pick here is Martinez, but I wouldn't be surprised if Williams won. I'm sure wouldn't be either.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going with Martinez too.
Martinez. Okay. That's Sean Sullivan's assessment. For Sean Sullivan of Boxing Digest, I'm Jay Monte, TruFan Boxing. Be there in the square. Take care.
Want more? Go to inasectv.com to connect with the world of sports. Real-time updates, blog postings, and all the action you can handle in a sec. inasectv.com, connecting you to the world of sports.